I want to talk to you briefly today about an extremely important bill before this year's state legislature. This bill will protect both the Second and Fourth Amendment rights of all Oklahoma property owners. You know, a property owner's choice to exercise his or her Second Amendment right to fire a weapon should not mean that he or she must forfeit their private property rights recognized under the Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, but that is exactly what's happening in Oklahoma today. Now, there's been some confusion as to exactly what this bill does, so we hope to clear things up a little bit with this video. First, let's talk about what the bill will not do. This bill will not affect incorporated areas where it's illegal to discharge a firearm. This would constitute probable cause because an illegal act has clearly taken place. It would not prohibit a game warden from entering private property to check for hunting licenses or tags if he or she witnesses someone hunting. It would not prohibit a game warden from entering private property for which the landowner has given permission to enter. It would not prohibit a game warden from entering private property to help someone in distress. And it would not prohibit a game warden from catching poachers. The game warden can locate the vehicle of the suspected poacher and wait for them to return or stop them when they cross a fence line onto a road. There are many other ways to apprehend poachers without violating a property owner's Fourth Amendment rights. What this bill will do is require more than the mere discharge of a firearm for a game warden to enter private property in rural areas without the permission of the landowner or without a warrant. In these areas, the discharge of a firearm is a legal act. It is a constitutionally protected act, and as such, it should not constitute probable cause to violate the Fourth Amendment rights of a property owner. It is impossible to determine exactly from where a gunshot came with the human ear alone. A game warden is simply guessing when he or she enters private property to investigate a gunshot. A guess should never constitute probable cause to violate a landowner's Fourth Amendment rights. Now, those opposed to the bill have even tried to play the class warfare card. They talk about wealthy landowners wanting to bring their friends in and poach deer. Never mind the fact that this will apply to far more middle-class landowners with 5, 10, 20, or even 80-acre tracts than it will to wealthy people with huge ranches. They've also cited the open fields doctrine. The open fields doctrine states that in open fields, woods, and so forth, you can't expect privacy because these places are in view of anyone passing by. Well, this isn't so much about privacy in that sense as it is simply about it being your property. It should be the property owner's decision who can and cannot enter their property. In the absence of some good reason to believe a crime is being committed, law enforcement has no right to enter your property whether they can see you or not. Now, Oklahoma wouldn't be the first state to reject the open fields doctrine. Liberal states such as Oregon and New York, among others, have rejected this doctrine in favor of securing the property rights of their citizens, and it's time that Oklahoma does the same. One game warden wrote in an email, quote, "I have been a game warden for almost 13 years and I cannot remember a single time that I entered private property due to gunshots alone." Well, warden, why are you against the bill? We urge the legislature to do the right thing. Reject this notion of open fields that robs citizens of their property rights. Remember, the game wardens work for the people, and you are the people's representatives, so pass the bill. One last thing. They say the wildlife belongs to the people, not to the king, as was the case in Europe. And they've accused those wealthy landowners of trying to be the king. Well, when the people have to pay the wildlife department for licenses and tags and stamps just to hunt, it doesn't sound to me like the people really own the animals. Just who is it that's trying to be the king?